Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we are going to learn more on prompting and we will discuss the prompting guidelines. Last session, we had a lot of introductory discussion and the first session was all about LLMs. This session, we are going to learn much deeper into prompting. You need to understand some basic guidelines. The first guideline about the prompt is you have to be very clear, concise and specific. And when you throw a prompt, there will be result. You have to analyze the result consistently and see if you are getting the desired result. If you are getting the desired result, you should be happy. And if not, you should think why you are not getting the desired result. And you need to refine the prompts. You need to rework on the prompts based on the analysis that you have carried out. And you can repeat the whole process to get the desired results for the prompts that you are throwing in. This is very important basic concept that you need to understand. There are multiple prompt guidelines that are available. First one is iterative development of prompts. Second one is summarization. Third is inferring. Fourth is transforming. And finally expanding. We will start with iterative development of prompts and we will discuss more about that in this session. Iterative prompt development. The process is very simple. You have an idea. You need to write it as a code. You will implement it. Check. If the results are okay, you leave it there. If not, you analyze the errors and improve the code. This is the traditional software writing cycle. Same is the case here for prompting also. You are having a prompt. You throw the prompt, you get the reply. Analyze the reply and the response. See if the response is all okay. If okay, leave it. If not, you improve it. That's it. This is the process. Now I have explained you this very clearly in the previous session itself. We've got a piece of code here that is going to be easy for you to understand. If you see this here, I'm importing OpenAI and import OS. So OpenAI is a service provided by OpenAI that allows developers to access the LLMs. That's all. We need only a very few lines of code to integrate their LLM into our application. You are not writing any code for training. You are not writing any code for uplifting the model. All those things are not happening. You are using ready-made things which are made available, and this is going to be real cool stuff. Now what are we doing here? We are going ahead with getting the local environment set, and I am using the term called as OpenAI API key. Where do we get it? I'm going to show it right now, and this is very important. We have already discussed this, and this part of the code, as you know, I've explained it in the previous session. Get completion is used where prompt, model both are specified, and model specifies which LLM you are using. GPT 3.5, ChatGPT, you know, right? So the LLM GPT 3.5 Turbo is used here, and in the messages we can have role, and the role can be user, the role can be owner, the role can be assistant, or anything. The content is nothing but the prompt, and you will get the response when you are using OpenAI.chatCompletion.create, where you are passing the model, the messages, and temperature as argument. The temperature is nothing but degree of randomness. We start with 0 and we can increase it and we can see how exactly you get varied results, and that will get you more randomness. And the response will be available on screen once you run this. Now we need to generate the OpenAI API key. That's the primary task for us right now. How do you do it? It's very simple and the task is not difficult at all. You need to go to the page platform.openai.com. You can sign up if you have not already signed up. If you have already signed up, you can click the login button. I have already signed up, so I am getting in directly. Now you can see that this page gives you plethora of information with quick start tutorials. There are a lot of examples available. Please explore. These are all very nice, very easily written examples, so you can explore. And once you come back, you can also see this here. They provide you ways to build an application, best practices they are giving. We are learning best practices through this only. There are embeddings available, like how do you search, classify, compare. The text options are available. Speech to text conversion options are available. I request you to go through it. And we have got something called as account here, where you can see that we have got view API keys. When you click this view API keys, you have an option to generate new API key. This is something that I have already used it. So you can see that we can generate new API key here by clicking this button. You can give a name. For example, I'm giving Sachin. So the moment you give it, you will get the API keys generated, and this key is the one that you need to use in the code what I have shown here. I have shown you the code here, right? The API key. So this is the one that you need to use. So the process is simple, and I'm sure you will be able to do it. So we have generated the API key. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead with getting a product description for a particular product fact. What are we going to do? We are going to get a product description through our prompting, and that will happen very easily through a product fact sheet that you are providing. What do you mean by this? Very simple. We are going to make this complete system work for us to generate responses about a particular product in the way we want. We have already explained you this part of this code, and it's going to be very easy and simple for you to understand. Now, if you see this, I'm going to give you the sample, a product fact. We have a fact sheet available. But I need to give lot of parameters about that, like what is the brand, what is the size, what is the dimension, what are all the other things. You can see that here. I'm giving all those facts here. I'm giving overview. I'm giving the construction detail. In the overview, we are telling very clearly what is what. See, please read through it. This is the data that we are pushing in. This is called as fact sheet. This is about the chair. What are all the overview details? What are the very important points that the system should know, the LLM should know when it is trying to respond? The dimensions, the options, the materials used, everything has to be done. Now what are we doing? We are simply starting with the prompt. My prompt is starting here. This is what is starting point for the prompt. Your task is to help the marketing team to create a description for a retail website of a product based on a technical fact sheet. The technical fact sheet is this one, and you can see that this is the one that we have provided. Now with this as the base, we are going to generate response with the prompt that we are writing. Now if you see this closely, this is the prompt. Your task is to help a marketing team to create a description for a retail website of a product based on a technical fact sheet. The retail website of a product is going to be generated, and the product is nothing but the chair. The technical fact sheet is what I provided earlier, and you are free to provide your own technical fact sheet. This is the technical fact sheet. You can add as much as you want and make it as elaborative as possible, so that when you get the response right, it will be very nice. Now this is the first one. The technical specifications are fed through the fact underscore sheet underscore chair, which is nothing but the data that we have given here. And write a product description based on the information provided in the technical specifications delimited by triple backticks. You can see that here the triple backticks is provided, and you need to get a proper product description out of the feed that you have given. That's it. Now response equal to get completion prompt print response. Now what are we doing? We have already given the fact sheet. We have given the prompt. Now we are also expecting the system to give a response based on the prompt and based on the fact sheet you have given. Now the LLM will generate you with the result that you want. That's it. This is very, very simple, and you can keep updating this prompt, and that's what we are going to do now. The prompt updation, the prompt iteration is going to happen, and all these can be tried out, and this is going to be very, very simple. And let's see if the results are coming the way we want. We can see that here I'm trying to print response now, and once I run it, I got the summary. Beautifully generated summary is presented in front of me with the fact sheet that I have provided. But one thing is, this is very long. This is giving a lot of information, and you can see that this is too long. Now what do? We need to go ahead and we need to make it a little better. So what are we going to do? We are going to iteratively improve this. That's what we are going to do now. We are going to iteratively improve it. That's the point that you need to understand. Now I'm going to add one line, use at most 50 words. That's all. In my prompt, I have given an intimation that use at most 50 words. So once you do that, you get a response which is perfect, and it will get you a reply as you wanted, 50 words, and it is concise. Now what are we going to do? We are going to add more details there in the prompt. The description is intended for furniture retailers, so should be technically focused in nature and focus on the materials the product is in the constructed form. So I'm giving more insights there, and I get reply accordingly. You can see that it is focusing more on materials. So these kind of replies are coming to you, responses are coming to you based on the input that you are giving, right? We can do whatever we want. We can try with the prompts. We can iteratively improve the prompt so easily. Now I'm adding more to it. At the end of the description, include a 7-character product ID in the technical description. That's all. So I want a product ID also. You can see that I am getting the product ID generated, and we can improve this iteratively as well. We can even say the product ID should have first 2 characters as letters, next 2 characters as numbers, something like that also we can say. So we are getting the prompt better and better, and it is evolving. At times it may not give you the right result, but you will have to evaluate. For example, here you can see that the product ID has not been generated right, but you should not leave it there. You should try iteratively. That's the point we are trying to convey. Now, if you see that we are improving this further, you need to format everything now. Give the table title, product dimensions, and format everything as a HTML that can be used directly in the website. Place the description in div element. We are now requesting it to generate things so that it can be migrated right away as a HTML page, and you get the result now. This is a HTML content that is being generated by LLM. Now we are going to view that as HTML. We have got Python libraries to help you in that process. From ipython.display, import display HTML response. When you use this, you get the page displayed appropriately as you are going to display it in the website. You can see that the complete content is displayed right as it would be when you are displaying it as a website content. So everything is generated by LLM itself. You are getting the prompt improved iteratively, and that's what is the session's crux. You got everything out here. Isn't it nice? That's it. You are evolving the prompt. You are improving the prompt iteratively, and it gets you the best result. That's it. But before I conclude, give an initial try. Analyze the result. If you are getting the result that you want, great. If not, improve it. The system should be given time to think. It is also like us. Give time to think. Refine the prompts. Refine the instructions. And most importantly, this may take time initially, but once you understand it, this is going to be very, very easy. So your prompts will mature over a period of time based on the way you learn, you understand, and you reprompt it appropriately. This is an interesting area. Try it out, and wherever you have questions, you can ask us. We'll be very glad to take it up. And thank you very much.